Today I'm doing Farming Sim 2050. This is the new game. It's on the map pack where you get new vehicles, new farm. I don't have a what's the name map for it, so I wouldn't be able to follow the map and stuff. I only have the map in the game. I'd love a map on a piece of paper, but I don't have it. So yeah, I'm just doing the settings I like to do, like turn that down, turn them off, make that fast. So yeah, turn the volume off. Fold that out. Let's get this guy doing this. I did have a mess around on this when I first got it. Had a look at all of the trailers and everything. It's like pretty good. So yeah. Hopefully if I can do what I did on the other one, is sell these tractors, like the farming equipment. If I don't have enough money for what I want, I can show you how to get a little bit more money, like about 20 grand extra, just so if you want a little bit more money after you selling stuff, so you can have like some good vehicles at the start, so you can upgrade like the trailer, the tractors, and also the seeder at the start. I'll buy the best seeder, obviously, and I get a better tractor. But I'm obviously I'm gonna buy a lorry actually, and that lorry literally does most of everything. It tows the seeder I'm going to be getting. It tows virtually all the trailers, apart from the ones that are attached like that onto the back of your tractors. Yeah. When I've dumped this in here, I'll show you the tractor. The lorry I will be getting, so you can see what I'm going to be hoping to get. Let's just start that. So the lorry I'm hoping to get is this green one right here. You basically pick whatever colour you want once you've got enough money for it. I'm hoping to get enough money for it, so I'm also going to need to hook that up, then hook this up, and then I'm going to get rid of the planter and the keep that thing on the front and keep this tractor, because I'm going to sell the stuff I got in my harvest, in my things. What I might also do is buy another trailer so I can do like double. Yeah, man. Do it faster. Right. If you take your bring everything to the shop to sell it there, you would get more money. You would get like 20% extra money if you just sold it from pressing the Y button. So it's best to just bring everything up to here and then sell it. But make sure if you're keeping a vehicle like this is to make sure it's away from the box, because even if it's just slightly out, it'll still sell it. So you want to make sure it's away from the box. So the trailers we This is the normal one I normally buy, but I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the ones what's in this game, in this one. It's 15,000, both of them together, that will make 30,000, and that's plenty for what I need to do. So both of them 14. So that's, having two of them is more cheaper than having that big green one I said I normally buy. They all park here, but the lorry, when you buy it, I don't know why, but it appears inside that place there. I don't know why it appears in there, but it just does. Right, so I'm going to take this back, hook up to the other one, because some trailers, not all of them, but some of them, can hook up to other things behind it. So you can attach like two trailers together and tow them around. What I'm also going to be doing is telling you the best places to sell the stuff what you're going to get on this map. And I'll tell you how you can do that yourself. So you wouldn't need to actually follow what I'm doing. Right. Let's overtake this slow poke. It's going too slow for my liking. Right. And I will also tell you like places where everything is like potatoes, weed, where you pick like literally everything up. If you play farming sim all the time, you should already know all this stuff, but I'll just tell you, if you get the pack and you're new to it, this is basically what you would do. So what you want to do is keep on checking on that now and again, because that will stop and you then need to empty it. Right, this here with the wheat icon, this is where you get all of your seed, like all of the things you planted, like harvest. They will all come into here. So you park under like this, hit that button, and then you pick what you basically want. I'm gonna go for corn. Get corn out of the way, go and sell it. So down in the corner, if you can see it that good on the video, I'm looking for this to hit 50, so it has. Then I pull the second trailer forwards, hit this, and there's still 13,000 of corn left. So, but 1,300 I mean. And this is where you would get your other thing, yeah. And if you want to stick like your harvest into it, you would come here and stick it in. So this is corn we're doing. So what you want to do is hold that button. That brings up your map, so you know where everything is. Bring up this, then this is what you want. Look down the list for corn, 936. You want to go across 936, 853, 780. So basically you want to go for the closest of whatever that one is and that one. So that one or that one. So basically the closest is that one up in the top left corner. Top right corner, sorry. And the other one is somewhere else. Not really fussed. I mainly only take them to the closest, and I've already found the closest. I think the other one was somewhere else. But honestly, I'm not really bothered about the other one. All I'm focusing on is getting to the top one. So I basically drive up here over this little segment here between the two waters. Then you want to take that path what goes directly sideways. and that should take you straight to it. You're mainly going to sell most of all your stock up there. So yeah, if you open the plant like the best stuff, that's where you're mainly going to go. But this tractor does take a bit of time to get up to speed. It's not one of the best, obviously, because they never give you the best. But the lorry I'm going to be buying, it's fast and it does literally everything. It's better than the normal lorry you normally get. Right, so once we get in here, we'll sell this, then we'll see how much money we got. We've got 38 grand at the moment. Hopefully when I sell this I can get some more money. As soon as we reach enough to buy the lorry, I'm buying it, because that would help us a lot. So we had 38. That one gave us 14,000. And that bit gave us 1,250. When you've got a trailer like this, attached and two of them together, what you don't really want to do is teleport it all back, because it's really, it's a lot of hassle reattaching them back up all the time. You'll get more fun if you just drive the tractor. You can also do it inside of the view like this, if you just want to do it properly, if you and have fun driving it like this. The mirrors, they don't work. They mainly look at the ground, so they're not useful at all. So yeah. What we're going to do is, because the harvester is probably stopped, we're going to... Oop. Has it stopped? I don't think he's stopped. What we got? He's 86. So what we're going to do is going to load up with wheat, because that's what he's doing at the moment. So we're going to go and load up with wheat, and then we'll be back to end here. Hopefully the wheat from here and off him will be able to fit in here. Then we're going to sell that and get the wheat out of the way. So wheat, like this. So that should take it up to 50%. Pull it forwards. Go here, click that little bit. This is on easy, so you get the most of them in there. The more you're pulling, the slower you will move, because the more weight you got in the back. But basically at the start of the game, you're trying to earn as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time. When you've got people working for you like I have, you need to pay them, so they take a bit of your money, but they don't take that much, so you'll be alright. So we'll get under him like this, and then we'll get him into there. While he's doing that, we'll check here, 1,369, 1,369. So the 1,669 is the best, and basically it's the same place again. Yeah. The other place you can go and sell it to is the one what's all the way on the left. On the left side of the screen, it's that one what's like a little bit off. So yeah, we can go and sell this. There'll be more wheat to sell later, but it depends if you want to hang around here and do this, what I'm doing. You know, following like this to get the extra little bits if you want. But there's no point, because it's not all going to fit in, I think. And I'm not really sure, I'm not a rock scientist. But once you get enough money for the lorry, you'll be able to tow these trailers like crazy. The thing what this game does is, when you're going pretty fast and you turn sharp, everything tends to slide like it's on ice. I was going to do a video on this earlier with my brother, and he was going to host the game, but we had problems recording, so we didn't. They didn't. So that's why I'm doing this now. So yeah. You've got cruise control, but I tend to just hold the acceleration. I like to be in control of the speed, because if I'm not, I tend to get bored of it. It's not one of them fast games, it's a slow paced game. So if you don't like slow pace, I wouldn't just get it, but it's a fun game. There is a bit of problems like that. It's just as the front is a little bit low. None of your actual stuff can actually fall out. I think the trailer is actually caught on there. So I'm going to have to reverse like that. Oh my god, the trailer's stuck. This is like a little shortcut into the place. Okay, we'll just dump that there. Let's go and offload this one because it's like a little bit too heavy to get through there. So we're just going to dump this one. And then we're going to offload this. Then the thing I said about earlier about teleporting them all back to the farm. I'll show you how you can do that. And also, why I said it's a bit boring, so we'll just dump that there. And go and pick up this other one. So yeah, you might have little problems like that, but with the lorry, as it goes like 40 miles an hour, you don't really get that problem. And the lorry's nice and high on the back, so you still don't get that problem. So yeah, there's more vehicles I can sell to get more money. But at the moment, I'm just going to try and earn enough money as possibly can without selling them. But I am going to eventually need to sell them. So, yeah. What you then want to do after you've sold them is go onto this screen, come across until you get to this one. Then what you want to teleport back, you basically just do that. Then you want to basically teleport everything back you've got over here. And once you've done that, make sure you don't move him at all costs. Then you just want to basically hook everything back up. Starting with the little black thing. What is the weight? And then you want to hook up to the first trailer. Technically speaking, that one would be the first, but any would be just best. And basically, as you go along, you eventually get better reversing them and stuff. So yeah. We're going to pull in here and pick the rest up. So now we're going for this one. Ooh, this is the best thing you'll be selling. So it's the thing I would mostly, it's the thing you would want to plant all the time on your fields. I'm always hoping to buy the biggest field in this map. So what we're going to do is find out where we can sell this at the bestest place. 2,100. 2,100. Basically, it's exactly the same place. So far it's all been up there, corn, wheat and canola or whatever this was. Have a bit of a bad throat, so you may have to excuse how low I'm talking. So yeah, I'm not really talking this much when I do my videos. I try and talk loads, but I'm not really one of those who talk a lot. Hopefully we can get through there better. You could take the roadway, but the roadway's just going all the way up there, around, and on the other side of the building. Firstly, I hope this can get across because I really don't want to dump it again. As I look on the side, you can really see how low the back is from the front. That's what the problem was. Right. So yeah, there's another entrance just there if you can see it. But hopefully we can get over this piece because this is literally the fastest way there. Yes, we're in. No problems this time. Probably because there wasn't that much in here. Right, dump this. Right, now we just need to go all the way back to the farm again. It'll only take us a couple minutes, but we'll get there eventually. So you can bring the camera up like this if you really want an up top view. Or what I basically do is just bring it down until I'm just over the top of my trailers like this. That way I can see my load, and also it's close enough for me to see the corner coming and where I need to turn and how tight I need to turn it. Okay, so he's done over here, so we'll just pop over here and we will get this. So basically we're just gonna jump into him like this, press Y. Difficult, I parked too far away. Doing all of this hay on the floor we will pick up after, and then we will sell it. I'll tell you what, you need to buy for that, but it's common sense what you need to buy. What we're going to do so we're faster is I'm just going to dump the other trailer there. I don't think it actually does make us faster, but I think it does. We'll probably go about 1 mile an hour faster. It was just 5 minutes ago. But when you're going up hills, you slow down also. So yeah, that's more than what I was suspecting to pick up from there. 27%. Right. So this is where we sold the last wheat for. This is where we stand on this one. Let's leave that through there. Come off here. Slow down. Let's leave. That got us 5 grand, that bit did. So yeah, it was worth selling it. Now we need to go and pick up the other trailer. And that was the weight on the front, stopping us that time. The scenery is nice in this one. The map, it's a bit awkward. There's a lot of fields where it ain't exactly square. So the lorry towing the planter does not do the fields good. Especially this little one here where you also get number 14. It doesn't do it that good, but it does it good enough. You may have to watch it while a computer does it, so you can control some of it. But it's basically, if you want on that one, you just drive it yourself. But if you want them all to be perfect, I won't bother. I'll just hire a computer to do it. And obviously I must be the worstest backer forever. No one is in my way. There. Oh. I think we got one more thing in the silo. That's where that wheat symbol is. And then move on to potatoes, sugar beet, sort of till after. So yeah, we got this one left now. So we're going to fill this trailer up and then fill half the other one. Sell it, and then we'll get on to the potatoes. Oh my god. So this one is the second one down. 1443. What a surprise, it's the same place. Right, so now we're driving all the way back up there again. A lot of driving just for a lot of money. And we still haven't earned enough for the lorry yet. So if we went and sold this tractor we're currently using, we will have enough for what we want. You just can't sell the harvester because you won't have enough for a better version yet. You can downgrade to one of the normal ones you would normally get, but I further stick with mainly stuff you would get in this map pack, because using that stuff would just basically means not using the pack. I've mainly been talking about this pack, but I do have them all. I have the JCB one, and I also have the trailer one. But I would talk about them in another video or a little bit later on. But in this video, it's just about selling and getting enough money for what I need at the beginning. And then I might upgrade to a trailer where it's from a different pack, if you know what I mean. So basically, if it tips it all over the side, it's still being sold in there. So don't worry about it if it all gets tipped out and it never gets sold. 0%. Let's go. So now I'm up to 152 grand. Getting closer. It's 165 grand we need. So we're getting really close. Let me just check. Yep, 165 we need. Once we get the 165, we'll be happy because we're moving way faster. What I'm going to do is dump the trailers at the farm, go sell this tractor, or I might sell the other tractor we've got here and try and keep this red one for now, just in case. Actually no, we're going to need to sell both of them anyway, so I'm just going to go sell the red one. And I'm also going to sell the weight on the front. I think there's another tractor here, I'm not really sure. No, this is the only tractor anyway. So we've got to sell this one. Selling the sugar beet and the what's the thing is a little bit further away. So swap to that, dump them there. Then we want to go up here, take this all the way up there, put it in the box, sell it, get more money than we would if we just sold it on the thingy. If my voice is a bit quiet, I will try and make it louder for the next video. But for the time being, I'm just gonna keep it at this loudness. Yeah. Stupid. Got a bad throat. So, hope we can buy the lorry after this, because I literally kind of need it now. Right, so 187, yes, we can afford it. So you want to pick it in whatever colour you want. Mainly I normally go for the lime green, because it's a change of colours if you mean. So we'll go backwards and notice in there. You can come there to buy it, but it doesn't change the difference of where you buy it. They're all the same thing. So yeah, this is the lorry we'll be using. This is the only lorry out of the two what you can actually tow trailers, normal trailers that is, what ain't built for lorries. But when I was testing everything in this texture, in this thingy, this was literally the bestest item I could get. There's only two tractors what outdo this in power, and this can literally do anything what can hook up to it. So it's literally the best at what it can do. So we sold everything literally there. And this is just sawdust. It's where you would pick up your sawdust, but you need a dumper truck to do that. So I'm just going to grab this little blue thing right here. What's an information? It'll tell you about this. This is your potatoes and your sugar beet. One of them is your potatoes, the other one's your sugar beet. Then it's up to you to tell the difference. Basically, when you drive under the one like this, you'll be able to tell. So this one's sugar beet. You can tell by the colour of it, and also it looks like a little strub. If this doesn't fill it up to 50%, that means we can also carry the potatoes in this one journey. And it's gone over 50. So we just need to do this journey twice now. So I already know where I'm going to take it, but just for the you lot, we're looking at the one what says 0% in storage. What's 640, 755. Yeah, the 755 is where we're taking it. And that is at the what's the name place? What's all the way on the other side of the map by that town up in the left top corner. So see that back trail, and then I'm not sure if you noticed it, but it swung out really bad. It's like everything on when you're towing stuff is on ice when you've got speed. And I nearly drove into the water because I wasn't focusing on the driving. I was trying to look at something else. Yeah, so the lorry is pretty fast. That's why I like to keep in this view, so I can see the trailer and I can keep control of the lorry more. So basically, if I'm going the right way, like I should be going the right way, we should be getting there pretty soon. I'm not sure if that's another entrance into it, but that there is basically where we need to go. We need to come here twice, I think. So see, that way it like swung out really badly and slid. That's because of the speed. It's like that all the time. It just did it again there, look. But it's light because there's not that much stuff in it. It'll slide out badly. It's it's a little bit worse when there's nothing in both of them. And when you've got like 3 or 4 of them attached, sliding out like that ain't what you want to do. Right. So now we're up to 35 grand. And once again I was focusing on the money, not the driving, so I crashed. Loop around the building like that. Then come here, then go out. Now we basically need to go all the way back to the farm, pick up the potatoes, deliver the potatoes, sell the potatoes, and then we can get on to the next side. Unfortunately, I sold the planter, so we then need to rebuy another planter. And I do not want to do harvesting, like, I don't really want to use 2 machines if I've got the option to use 1 machine. So, yeah, I'd rather suffer with, well, no money, suffer with like only 3 vehicles, 2 vehicles that I can drive, but 3 vehicles I own, just to accommodate me being a little bit lazy and don't want to use 2 vehicles, even if I can only use 1. Right, so this is our potatoes. So this is basically 528, 772, what is basically the same place of where we just come from. So we've got to do that long drive across that little bridge and back over there. Once again, we're using both trailers. It's 55%. Man, that swung out pretty badly that time. Oh, and I'm missing my junction. Man, I love it when it swings out really badly. Maybe I should have filled the back one up with most of it and had the front one empty. Maybe it would not be swinging around so much. Man, I have too much fun. Right. You also have your fuel running out in this game, so now and again you have to top up with fuel. Basically, the bigger the vehicles, the more fuel it holds. The smaller the vehicle, the less fuel it holds. There's only 2 vehicles what moving really fast in this game, and that's basically the lorries and the 4x4. The 4x4 is your place. It's basically useless for everything. I virtually haven't found a single trailer or single use what the 4x4 is capable of doing constantly all the time. And I did it properly. Now I am. So all you would use the 4x4 to do is to get round the farm quickly. So if you want to go to the cash point and get some more cash, or to pay back a loan, you would basically buy a 4x4 to do this. Did I upload it already? Yes, I did. And that was quick. I was thinking I was doing it then, but I never saw it actually tip over. Yeah. But so now we need to go back to the farm to dump these trailers, so we can then move on to the next item on the list to do. The next thing on the list to do. Sorry. If it comes to it, I will sell one of these trailers, but I do need one of them to grab the stuff from the harvester when I come to harvest again. You can chop down trees and do logging. Eventually, I will show you how to do that. But I wouldn't show you out here by this water chopping down these trees, because basically I would need a bit more vehicles than what I got at the moment. So yeah. You are going to see one vehicle from the JCB add-on. So basically we want to rip this around now. Rip it through like this. Over the top of these. We then want to dump that. Then we want to park this here for the time being. Grab this, pour that in. Then we want to move this out of the way, because we don't want it in the way for the next thing we're going to be doing. Because the next thing we're going to be doing is selling all that. Because it'll get you money, but you have to spend money to get money. That's the way the game works. So we want to go here and buy trailers. What you want to do is come to this one here next door to the weights and buy this one. Then you want to buy this 27 grand one. It's a lot of money to sell something. But unfortunately it needs to be moved out of the way. Now what you could do, because you don't really need to go over there to tow it this way. It's not two trailers, it's only one. So you can just skip it to where you want it to be. So I'm basically jumping around in trailer, vehicle to vehicle, and no, I don't need to, because I was already in the lorry. So basically we're going to reverse down here, pick it up, and then we're going to rip this beast around like this. When you turn the thing on, like slow down, turn it on, lower it first, then turn it on. The game will automatically go the same speed as what it needs to go to pick it up. What is 15 miles an hour? So you're cool on the speed and everything. Then all you have to do is keep it straight while it picks everything up. If you miss a bit, you're going to have to come back for that little bit after. You are going to need to do about 2 loads of this, or maybe 3. I'm not really sure how many it was, but it'll get you money anyway, and you need to clear it, so yeah, it's a win-win. Basically, once it's all out of the way, we can get to some other stuff. There's not really that much to talk about. unless you're actually doing it. Basically, I will do this with other people, but I need to find somebody I trust who would actually do things properly and won't mess around. And they've got to have the same map packs as me to be able to come into this game. If I'm just using the vehicles from this map pack, this DLC I should say, and then they will be able to play with me. But if I also bring the JCB one into this and buy JCB stuff, then unfortunately I would need to turn the JCB one off and allow people to play with me. So they would need to have all of them apart from the I can't remember what it is. So see how we speed it up now. That means it's 100% full. It's turned off the engine and it's raised the wheels. And it's up to 100. You can basically reverse into this place, but this is where you sell it. All I'm going to do is drive into it, and while I'm doing that, I'm just going to offload it. Just like that. So if at any point of this video it's a bit choppy and it fuzzies a bit, I'm sorry for that, but it's just basically the way I'm recording at the moment. There's quite a bit of the internet being used. It's slowing me down now and again, and it's not really fun to be recording when there's a lot of things on the internet. Wheels down, turn it on. So basically you have to put the wheels down and turn it on every time you filled it up to 100%. But this lorry is the best in the game. If you have this map pack and then you go into someone's game who does not have this map pack, this DLC I should say, keep on calling it a map pack like it is, but it's a DLC is what it really is. So this DLC, if you go into someone's game who doesn't have it, you will be able to see the DLC stuff, everything you get in this DLC, but you will not be able to purchase any of the DLC vehicles. It will tell you the person you are with does not have the DLC, so they cannot have them. Or they cannot join you in anything what you have the DLC in. So if they don't have the DLCs, they can't join you and play with you if you've got it. Right. Let's go down this one. Ooh. I know this is basically all a bit driving around. I would love to hire a computer for literally everything. It doesn't cost, well, on easy it doesn't cost that much, and it ain't really that much of a bank. It ain't really that much of a crunch on your money. Doesn't cost you virtually nothing to hire them, get them to do stuff. But certain things like collecting this wheat and taking it to the selling place, that stuff you have to do yourself. Selling all of the stuff you've harvested, you have to do yourself. The only thing you can get them to do, and that's lay down the fields with new, plant the fields, harvest it, and a couple other things, but mainly they don't do that much. It's all about you doing it. So yeah, just drive through here like this, start dumping this off. That's a nice view of that opening, and then we're going to see it shut in a couple more minutes. We're down to 50% now. Right. And we just start leaving. Right, time to pop through this one. I haven't tried it before, but I'm just going to see if it will work. It might save me a bit more money on spending and getting stuff to do it with. But I'm going to see if I can pick up the new what you call it, the wood chip with this. I've never tried it. I'll check if it can actually fit in there first. So yeah, basically, if before you buy things, you can see if it will hold what you want it to hold. It also gives your buyer a little segment what's written down on what it can do and stuff like that, or how much it can hold and things like that. But basically, I'll have a look at it in a minute and see if I can actually pick up things. If it says I can, that'll be so much easier and cheaper. If I can't, then I'll just do it the other way. Buy the JCB, the cheapest thing what picks up stuff, and then I will pick it up with that, then go and sell it, and then I will basically just need to sell the item. The digger I then use to pick it all up with. Yep. Turn it around. Turn around. Jesus Christ, man. I'm losing my marbles. Right. Driving up and down, man. It's tiring. And also, it might be a little bit boring for you, for people to watch, but I felt like doing a video on it. If anyone is watched up to this point, if you want, you can like the video. It will be nice if you like this type of stuff, just like the video, and I will, if I get enough likes, I will make another video on it. I might just make another video anyway, just for the sheer fun of it. But if people don't like this type of stuff, I won't put it on the channel. Subscribe if you want to, not because you have to, or I'm saying. So yeah, do what you want to do, not what other people are telling you to do. I basically always wanted to do videos for YouTube, so basically I found a way to do it, and this is what I'm doing. It's not that top quality yet, but it's enough quality to be able to watch and learn something about the game. I'm probably not giving you 100% information about the game, what you can actually do in it, but I'm actually showing you stuff you can be able to do at the start of the game when you get it, especially if you've got this map. Because you'll be able to find this information more better than if somebody was telling you where to sell stuff. Like someone was just like showing you pictures and then went, oh yeah, here would be a best place to sell. Nah, I thought not. So basically we're done with this now for picking up the wheat. We ain't never going to need it again unless they accidentally plant wheat. So we ain't never going to need this pick up hay again. Just past the job board. So I'm going to show you the job board in a minute. I've turned jobs off, so because I don't have the required vehicles to do the jobs in. so I can't do them, so I turned them off. But I'll show you the board anyway, and where you can go to get jobs if you have the required vehicles. I will even tell you the required vehicle you need to do the job. So basically we want to go dump that there, like so. So basically all what's left now is to get ourselves a seeder. So basically this is the cheapest seeder. These are the new seeders in this game. Basically they're not what I want, because that's what we had, and honestly it's crap. It's actually probably worse than that one. No, it's slightly better, but that is not, that's for corn and sugar beet. This is for all of the others. What you really want is to buy that one at 91 grand. So 91 grand. And what I want to do, just because the field is not going to get that much, it's not going to bring that much, the field I've got is not going to make that much harvest. So what I'm going to do is come down here, pick up a trailer and take it to the selling place, because I'm basically only going to need one, because all of the stuff is going to fit into that one trailer, hopefully, if I'm doing it right. You don't need to worry about knocking over the signs, because they're all drivable through. So let's hook up to one of these trailers. Let's change that, do that. I'm going to go and sell one of these. Then hopefully that will get us some more money. Job board one on here, because I'm probably going to fail. So this is job board right here. You do this. Your job will appear. It'll tell you if it's a grass cutting one or one to pick up a box, a pallet. If it's a pallet one, you're going to need a pallet fork, forklift, pallet forklift thing. There's many ones you can pick out of, but there's basically only one of them what's the best. There's one in Farming Sim 14, or is it 13? The one before this one anyway, for the Xbox 360, that has a really good one in it, but we don't have the means to buy it. Oh my god, I knew that was going to happen. Doing all this noise on quick, and then it gets stuck on the curb. Could you believe it? So even though it's not in the box, it'll still be sold because only part of it's in the box. So 55 grand, I'm going to need at least 40 grand. And the way I would get 40 grand without doing anything else is going to the bank. And there's literally one just up the road here. The chicken icon was just over there with the rooster in that cage. That's where your chickens will be if you happen to buy any. And that's where you will get fuel if you're running out of fuel. Right. And I won't run out of fuel because the game doesn't give you when you get to a petrol garage. You actually need to buy a petrol garage what's drivable and then drive you where you are to fill your vehicle so you can drive to a proper petrol garage to fill the rest of your vehicle. So we're going to borrow money. We've got 55 grand, so that 55 grand there needs to turn to 90, but we're just going to take it up to 100 just to make sure. Then we're going to go here, then we're going to go to this one, what we want, and we're going to buy it. So we need to repay back well, we're repaying back 95 grand is what we need to repay back. So let's turn around. What we could actually do because driving is a little bit boring. That's the trailer at the farm, and then that's our lorry. So skip on both here. So this is basically how long it is. It's double the length of the lorry. What I just need to do is to move this out away from there. And move it over here. Then you'll be able to hire a computer to drive this for you so you can get it all done perfectly, and you'll be able to sit back, relax and watch it happen. Have a rest. While you're just going for this bit here, you want to fold it out, and then you would line it up perfect. But unfortunately, as I'm trying to speedrun this, I forgot to put seeds in it. Typical. Trying to do everything like a professional and forget the seeds. And I believe the seeds is this little thing here. Yes, seeds. So you pull up like this until the icon pops up on it. Where the icon didn't pop up because I probably had that thing on the screen. Probably did pop up, but that thing was on the screen. So yeah. So now it's filling up the seeds. You could just fill up with what you need. But just fill the entire thing up. You're not going to get rid of this because it's the bestest seeder in the game. What you're going to come against. So you definitely want this seeder. If you get rid of this seeder at any point in the game, then and downgrade it, eventually you're only going to upgrade it back to this one. The only reason you would downgrade, and that's if you just don't want to use this no more. But it's just too easy, too quick and too simple to do. Everything, all of the vehicles require a certain amount of power for the things to be used. So this trailer, this seeder, requires a certain amount of power for it to be able to plant. So you see the colour here? This means it's been planted. This means it hasn't. Planted, hasn't. Okay? Right, once that's done, you can then move this into position. And once it's ready, oh my god, damn. I know what I've done. I forgot to change the seeds. So then I'm doing wheat. Dang. It's just a speed one. How you would just change the seeds is particularly hold the LB button and then press Y button before you set it to seeding. What I'm just going to basically do, because I literally can't be bothered, is I'm just going to let it seed wheat, and then I'm going to, after off camera, buy that thing what picked up the wheat, the what's the name? What do you call it? Ah, dang. This, the thing what picked up the lines off the floor. Buy that again, and pick all of the leftover hay. So, hay, yeah, got it, hay. Pick all that up, then get rid of the hay. Change the seeds to the seeds I want to make sure I've done it. What I'm going to do straight after this is finished, make sure it's done. Because once you've changed it once, you would not need to change it again unless you've solved this and got a different one. And then if you rebuy this one, you're going to have to resort the seeds out again. So after that's been done, I will then redo it and get in. So once you park this here like this, it'll be ready for the harvest. So yeah, this lorry right here basically does literally everything. You're only going to need that lorry, that plant, that seeder, this harvester, this attachment, and this trailer. And that is basically everything you are going to need. The wood chips, we will sell this in the next video, and hopefully I've changed the seeds to something better, and we will also harvest in the next video. Obviously I'm going to get rid of the wheat, replant better the seeds I'm meant to be planting, and then we're going to harvest the actual plants I wanted to harvest in the next video. And then I'm going to show you the way you can get more money if you don't have enough money for what you need. A faster way to get more money if you don't have enough at the beginning for what you want. So yeah, that's what we're going to do next time. I've been Meet the Killer, and this has been Farming Sim 2015. Goodbye and have fun. Bye.